In this video, I'm going to show you some Batman DVD case covers in my movie collection. Hey, it's me AP, aka Mr. Movie Cheer, and welcome back to another video. So, Batman DVD case covers in my collection, in my movie collection. I've been going through, I've grabbed them all out, so there's probably a big gap. You can see right behind me here where the DVDs for the Batman movies go. But yeah, I've got a bunch of them here, and I thought let's, in celebration of the new Batman movie, The Batman, being released recently, I thought let's go through the collection, have a look at the previous DVD case covers that have been released, and just check out the artwork, give a summary and what my thoughts are on each of the artwork, and because I'm a fan of DVD case covers. This is why I collect physical media, because I collect the movies I enjoy. Equally, I collect the movies that have got really cool covers as well, because I like looking at the artwork. I think it's cool to look at artwork of movies as well. So I've got a bunch of these Batman movies to go through today on the episode, so let's get into the case covers. So the first Batman DVD case cover I'm going to discuss is the 1989 Batman movie Batman. Not the Batman, just Batman. And what I love about this cover is just his crest from his chest, isn't it? It's like that, isn't it? That's that's his suit. I love it. I think it's so simple for a DVD case cover, this one. It is just a Batman logo from his chest. I think it's great. Or would it have been his belt? No, that would have been definitely his chest. It's his chest, isn't it? Great cover. Simple. I love the colours. It's just, I love this logo. I think it's like, to me, when I think of a Batman logo, this is like the classic logo for me. I know other people probably have a different views on what they deem the classic Batman logo, but for me, I think of like the yellow gold background with the bat symbol here. I think it's a great cover for Batman, the Michael Keaton Batman. Great movie, great DVD case cover, simple but effective. So next, we move on to Batman Returns, the DVD case cover for this movie. We got the three main characters on the front cover here: Batman, Catwoman, and Penguin. And then at the bottom, if you see here, it's like got all of these penguins, like this little penguin army, just all standing still, like the Imperial March. When Darth Vader's going down, you've got all these penguins just standing still for the Penguin. Again, this is a very, very similar to the last cover. It's a very simple cover. Again, we've gone with the black overall, a black background, and with and then you've got the main characters in here. Look, I'll be honest, I do prefer the first Batman DVD case cover. I think the first movie one is just more iconic. Just seeing that cover of the Batman logo, I think it's more appealing to me as someone looking at this cover. What I do like, though, is the fact that it highlights the villains, and especially I think Danny DeVito looks awesome as the Penguin on this cover. But yeah, the writing is a bit too small for me here. Look, even the other cover doesn't even feature the Batman writing. It just has the logo, but you know it's the Batman. Whereas this one doesn't feature any logo, so you can't really notice it's Batman from the logo. You have to notice it from the characters. But the titling is really small, I feel, and it's not really like super effective font here. It's quite a bland font. But yeah, out of the first two covers, this one would probably be my least favourite, but still cool just to have them three awesome characters on the front cover. Now we move on to Batman Forever, the Val Kilmer Batman movie. This is considered to be the same canon as the Michael Keaton movies, even though it's a recasting of this character. But this one is just a superb, stylish cover. I've mentioned this on other DVD case cover episodes before. I think it's just stunning. You've got all your central characters all here: Robin, Nicole Kidman's character, Two-Face, the Riddler, and then you get Batman, and they're all in his cape. The cape, it sort of like swirls around here. I love just stylistically, they've not really focused on like a black background here. They really went for like the smoke, and then you see the bat signal in the back of it as well. And if you look at the textures of the skin and the actual suit, it looks like an old painting somewhat, this cover. I just think it's so stylish, such a great cover to look at. I this is one I would display. If I was displaying movies in the room, I would definitely display this one because I think no matter how you feel about this movie, the DVD case cover looks stunning, in my opinion. Now we move on to Batman and Robin, another recasting of the Batman character. George Clooney takes the mantle this time round. Again, look, this is a movie what I think a lot of people have certain opinions of. They don't. Some people love these movies in the 90s, some people don't. I have a soft spot for these movies because I was brought up in this era. These are the Batman movies I would watch growing up, and I do have a soft spot for these movies. But the DVD case cover, what do I think about these? Well, I think first of all, the Val Kilmer one and the George Clooney one, Batman Forever and Batman and Robin, these so far are my most favourite DVD case covers because they really highlight what these movies are about. These movies are bright. They're not like the new Batman movies. Are not dark in tone. They're not really realistic. They're very, very cheesy. Very light-hearted. There's a lot of jokes, a lot of humor to them. They're very like soft comedy. I would say they're not really dark action at all. And this really highlights what we're going to get really with the colours scheme. I think it's very bright, and you know what you're expecting. You've got all the characters again. But you've got the villain at the top and Mr. Freeze, played by Arnold in this. But I don't think it's as good as Batman Forever. I think, for me, stylistically, I think this is a lot more... This is like a work of art, and this is just kind of like trying to do a similar thing, trying to go for the bright colours, but it just doesn't land as well for me as a viewer. I like it still. I think it's still a great piece of DVD case cover artwork, but I think Batman Forever... for me, steals the show more. So I think it just edges it out as just a really beautiful piece of art to put on a DVD cover. But yeah, still though, I think the brightness of this, it really is an appealing cover, even though it isn't my favourite out of those two. Still well worth, it could easily put this on display and it would look really smart, I think. Next, we move forward into the new trilogy of Batman movies. We go with the Christopher Nolan trilogy, and the first one in that franchise, in that trilogy, Batman Begins. Now, what I will say, the colour palette for each of these DVD case covers in this trilogy really changes each time. So, for the first one here, we go with a very warm colours. It's very simple, you've got Batman on top of a building, some bats in the background, and you see the city landscape of Gotham behind him. Very simple. I like the text because it is a lot bigger than the text I mentioned on the Batman Forever one. It's a bit more noticeable, even though it's still quite a bland font. It's a bit more bigger and it spreads out across the top here. But you've got the yellows, you've got the oranges. It's a very, very warm colours, which I really like. And you see Batman, it's kind of like a silhouette, if you like, of him. You don't really see much of him here. It's kind of this silhouette a bit of him. But I really like this cover. I think it's very simplistic. It's very, a lot of covers nowadays, they'll throw every character on there and they'll throw hints of the plot and stuff on there. This is not like that. This is just kind of showcasing, this is Batman. This is the Batman movie. Very simple. He's not got all gadgets. He has got gadgets in the movie, but it's a focus on the character more of these movies, looking at the character of Bruce Wayne and Batman. And I really do, even though it's not the most extravagant of covers, I do like this cover. I like this one. So the next movie in the Dark Knight trilogy is The Dark Knight, and this one, a DVD case cover, it's got one of these slip covers as well, and it's basically the same cover underneath. This one, again, the colour palette changes here, so a bit more. For this one, it goes blues more so, and then you've got the Bat logo in the flames here you can see on the top of the building. This one adds the logo as well into the title text, so it's very similar font at the top, very similar size font as well as Batman Begins, but you get a Batman logo as well in there with this blue background in between, which I like, and then you've got the Batman logo here as well again. But yeah, it focuses on the blues, and then you've got Batman at the bottom looking upon Gotham City, obviously to see what's going on. He's just looking out for the viewpoint. What I will say is this: I like this cover, I really do like it, but I think, why was the Joker not featured on this? I think he must have been featured on other Blu-rays or 4K covers. I'm positive, I'm sure he would have, but the Joker character was such a significant part of this movie. And Heath Ledger, obviously, in passing away before the release of this, and his role in that movie being such a, widely considered and widely beloved role and performance. I don't know why he wasn't featured in the cover, but they've decided to focus again solely on Batman, kind of saying this is a Batman movie, and they've not featured the villains. And again, this is the focus of these movies. They're edgier, they're more grounded, they're not bright, you're not getting loads of different colours going on. It's a very simple palette of blues and then just a logo in the fire. But yeah, I like this, even though I would have liked to have seen, just given how significant the Joker is part of that movie, how much a big impact he is in that movie, it would have been cool to see maybe a Joker and Batman cover as well. But that's me just being picky. So the final DVD case cover I'm going to discuss today is The Dark Knight Rises. Now, the palette for me changes again. We went from a warm colours to the very blue colours. This one kind of like stretches more to a grey palette and like some lighter blues, grey blues in this one. The similar thing again, we got Batman at the front cover. We see all the police cars. Obviously, there's a lot of carnage in this movie. We see then the Batman logo behind in a white colour this time. So it's not in like the fire this time, it's in a white colour. So they've changed it every DVD case cover for the Batman Dark Knight trilogy. They've changed it ever so slightly each time, but they have kept that consistency, which I really like. It's not like there's random different logos every time. They kind of went with the same placement of Batman as well. He's very central in each of these DVD case covers as well. But they've changed the palette ever so softly. But you look at it from that to like Batman Begins. Let's say you can see the change. You can see the very, very similar but very different, and that's just due to the color palettes. The changes in color have really changed each cover here, and I really like them. I think probably, looking at it, it's probably a choice between Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises. Are probably my favourite now. I don't know, this is hard. I'm going to pick up Batman Begins now and say that's my favourite, but no, I probably will go with the Dark Knight. Out of the Dark Knight trilogy is probably my favourite here, because I love the Batman logo. Is just slightly larger, but I love the white colours in this. I love that white Batman logo, and it's the same as the title text as well. I think it really sticks out more so in this for me. And I think the stance of Batman in this one, he just looks a really strong stance. It's like, I'm not taking any BS, I'm here for a fight. He's ready. And yeah, really cool DVD case cover. So just to give you my final verdict on all of these Batman DVD case covers I have here, my favourite is most certainly this one, Batman Forever. I think this is, as I said, a piece of art. I think it looks so well put together on this. I don't know, like when they were doing the photo shoot for this, did they think we have this idea to do with like the Batman logo in the background as the bat signal, and then Batman's the other characters in his cape like this. I just think it looks absolutely magnificent. I love this cover. It's one cover I could just look at and just think, wow, that is when I'm talking about art in DVD case covers, this is a prime example of a piece of art. I think it's absolutely stunning, and it's one I really do enjoy looking at. I think it's just a great aesthetic. I really do enjoy this one. Definitely my final verdict, my best Batman DVD case cover in the collection so far. If you enjoyed this video today, please do give it a like and check out the rest of my movie related content as well, and let me know your thoughts on this topic today. What did you think of these Batman DVD case covers? Which one is your favourite? Which one is the one you dislike the most as well? Let me know all your thoughts, and let me know which Batman case covers in your collection, whether it be DVD, Blu-ray, 4K, VHS, Laserdisc. Let me know what are some of your favourite artworks, your favourite DVD, or just general case covers. Let me know all your thoughts, ladies and gents. Remember to spread a bit of movie cheer, and as always, I will see you next time.